What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Sniper Capital, where I'm documenting my trading journey. We're in a funded account, $25,000 account. Let's take a look at my performance on December 6th, trading the bonds futures. So we're on the 4-hour chart, and this is where I decided to place a short trade at the highs of the session. As we can see, when price came here, it sold off immediately. So I'll try a short for the retest, and we can see that same high on the 1-hour chart. And it'll also correlate to the 5-minute chart. So the yellow lines you see on the chart are the levels I use to measure support and resistance for the day's session. The top line, the top yellow line where I actually place my sell order, that is the highs of the day so far for the session. And this is before the the bonds open in Chicago at 8:20. The dash line you see is the open when the bonds open for business, which is 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And the third line you see is the Chicago Open, which I mentioned is 8:20 a.m. Eastern Time. And the last line on the bottom is the lows of the day's session before the market opened in Chicago. And these levels are important to me, very important. So in context right now, price is coming up off of that support, which was the very lows of the session, where the last yellow line is. So it pretty much hit that level and is pushing its way back up. So I'm predicting that once price comes back up to 119.22, we'll get some type of sell-off. But overall, in the grand scheme of things, we can see that price is actually on an uptrend. So right now, I'm pretty much counter trading, which is going in the opposite direction of the trend, which you usually wouldn't want to do. You would want to follow the trend. So let's see what happens. So price made its way up to my sell order, and right now I'm just clicking through my time frames, making sure that this is what I want to do, trying not to second guess myself, and also just standing on business and trying to believe in myself and stand on what I believe is going to happen. So boom, I get filled. We go into profit for a little bit, back break even. But like I mentioned earlier, in the grand scheme of things, price is heading up, and it viciously came up to grab my order. So we're just waiting to see what happens. We're not really going anywhere. We're coming back break even. We only went a max of 2 ticks profit so far. And I'm kind of thinking that this trade won't go far if it did actually start selling off. So I brought my target a little bit closer. And then here I started going into the negative. And I'm trying not to panic, trying to give the trade a little time to play out. So let's see what happens next. And price is still just going between break even, negative, and a tick or two profit. And I'm still just trying to play it cool. But really, prices wants to break out. The buyers are trying to get through these sellers, and the sellers are not bringing price back down viciously enough. But I'm still standing on business and trying to let the candle play out. We're on a 5-minute chart, so this is the best chart to see what's going to happen in the shortest amount of time. So I waited for the next candle to form, and I kind of like what I see so far. Price did close underneath my entry, so I'm kind of feeling a little bit good about the trade again. So this is me moving my profit back down, hoping to get that big trade. And here price goes, not really moving, still just staying in that upper area near my entry. So here we made it to 5 ticks profit. We finally had some type of sell-off, and this is the most the trade went into profit. I didn't take profit here because I wanted more of a bigger trade, but the direction was really long. So I was counter trading. This trade only went 5 ticks profit and pretty much reversed back to the upside. As you can see, this rejection is happening right now. So here's when the reversal really happened. I started going into negative again, and I'll soon be closing this trade out for a small loss of 3 ticks. Um, yeah, that's what happens when you counter trade. And a 3 tick loss is equivalent to about $94. Every tick on the bonds future ZB is $31.25 per contract. Okay, so some time later, I decided to take another trade. Now I'll be going in the correct direction, going long with the market. And now this direction is definitely confirmed for me at 119.23, which is actually almost, well, yeah, that's about where I took my last trade that I lost at going short. But now I'm taking it going long near that same position. And this time is confirmed for me because we've closed above the overnight, the high sessions, and right now it should be playing as support because look, we have this I'm sorry, this demand zone that formed right at this level that I'm entering. As you can see, those multiple green candles on this 5-minute chart, right where I have my entry. If you look to the left, that's a demand area that's holding support right now, and that's where I believe price should come back and grab some buyers, and we should shoot up from there. So let's see what happens. So price is making its way down to my order, and we should be getting filled. Okay, great. We've got the fill, and the trade is immediately going into the positive. I'm bringing my target to where I would like it at 120.03. I'll be happy with that trade if we reach that target. And right now, price is still just sitting at 1 tick. We haven't gone negative, which is a great thing. And we're heading up some more. Everything's looking pretty good right now. It's doing exactly what I thought it should do. Come back to retest this supply area. I'm sorry, this demand area. Come back and retest this demand area and pick up some more buyers before shooting back to the upside, because once again, in the grand scheme of things, the day has been long. The trend has been up. So now we're trading with the trend, and we should hit this target. A new 5-minute candle has formed, and we're above our entry, which is a great thing, and we're in the positive, of course. So we're going to wait it out and be patient and allow the market to work for us. Just like we waited for the market to come to our entry, we'll wait for the market to work for us to hit our profit. Now I'm on the 60-minute chart, and on the 60-minute chart, I can see that we have the lows of the day that left a swing low on the last hour, and we're coming back down to test that area right now where we entered, and everything is holding well. And the same is true on the 4 hour. We've closed above that previous resistance area where I took that previous loss, and now we come back down to test it as support. And everything's looking great so far. So we're back on a 5 minute now, and let's just see what happens. So the trade is doing well, never went negative, immediately positive, and it's headed in the right direction. And we should be getting this target hit. Let's see what happens. I just like to go through my higher time frame sometimes just to see what's happening on the bigger scale of things. Right now I'm on the 4 hour and it's looking great. It did have that rejection from the retest of support from the last resistance. So here we are closing in on our profit target. This should be about a 12 tick profit win. And like I mentioned, every tick on the ZB is worth $31.25. So whatever tick amount you win, you would times that by $31.25 per contract. And right now, we should soon be getting our TP. But overall, this was a great trade. Although I lost in the first trade, it was a small loss. I was able to shake that off, clear my head, and then come back in with a better decision-making mindset and come in for the win that covered the loss. Plus, I made some profit. Now, it doesn't always happen like this, but as long as you control your emotions and do what's best for you, it can happen like this. So we did hit our profit target, and price was still pushing up. And in the grand scheme of things, of the target that I did just take, this area was penetrated quite a few times. Let's see, like one, two. So this area was already penetrated twice. So I can see why price did just break out like that. And I feel like it is going to continue to go up, which it did because this is already pre-recorded and I saw it. But I'll show you how much higher this trade went and where I could have really taken it. This is some hours later, and as you can see, price went crazy after I took my profits. And yeah, that's my trade for the day. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more content. Hit the thumbs up button and drop a comment if you learned something. Thanks for watching. Peace.